Hello everybody, Crazy Cordy here, and welcome back to another speed build. So for today I have a bungalow house that it's a 2-bedroom and the upstairs is a loft. It's actually the first time I've used the ladders in a build, so that was interesting. But I did have inspiration from a photo I found online, and that was basically my inspiration for this porch area. And I worked for quite a while trying to get those columns to actually be on the ground instead of on the deck, because I feel like they look just really weird when they're on the deck, and I wish that we could have them on the ground actually, like, better. They do clip a little bit with the stairs, and there's nothing I could do about that except for making the stairs smaller, but then it just didn't look right. So I do apologize for that, but it's not really that noticeable when you're playing. But anyway, I like how this house turned out. It's pretty cute. It's very simple. You know, basically just a box with a upstairs loft area, and the front part of the upstairs is not actually accessible because it is like a vaulted roof, and so it's just open and everything. And the color choices on this build might seem a little weird, but it's because I was looking at the photo reference that I had, and like the Corbel stuff on the top part of the build were that brown color, yet, you know, the columns were white, the windows were white and black, and so it doesn't really seem like it works, but I don't know. I couldn't decide. I did go back and forth between white and brown, and I figured the brown would look okay. You know, if you don't like it, you can always change them to white so it matches the rest of the build. And, you know, I mean, the stairs are brown and the porch is brown. You know, so I mean, it's brown, white, and black. It all goes together, I guess. But anyway, yeah, we're working on the floor plan now. I did have quite an issue with the roof and the upstairs. You know, usually when you delete part of a floor, the roofs always have an issue with, you know, cutting through the build. And so that's how I fixed that by breaking up the roof into 3 pieces. I don't know if you saw that, it went by kind of fast, but yeah. And then this upstairs too, like the walls, for some reason, because usually if you place like a wall next to a roof, you can, you know, change, like the wall color doesn't go onto the roof. I don't know if I'm explaining that well. But for some reason I tried adding the walls in there and it wasn't working. It was also adding the floor back in, so maybe that's why, because it just wouldn't work because of the whole, you know, cutting out part of the floor there. But so the upstairs, the walls are painted just like the roofing, which I didn't really want, but I couldn't figure out a different way to do it. But anyway, so here we're working on the kitchen, and I did try to follow the floor plan that this house, you know, inspiration photo that came with it. So the way the house is, it doesn't have a formal dining room. It just has this like island with bar stools on it for your Sims to eat there. I did end up making it larger just because with the limitations that we have in the Sims, it just didn't work the way it is right now. So yeah. And then I thought this was interesting, adding this little shelf above the stove. It's not very practical, I think, in real life, because when you cook on the stove, you know, it's probably gonna get really dirty, but I thought it was cute. I didn't add any more decorations up there. I probably would have, but I just didn't really think about it. But I just wanted some more counter space, because I was trying to put, you know, kitchen decorations in there, and I was running out of counter space, and I was like, Sims need a full counter to cook on, so I didn't want to clutter up the counter too much. But here we are working on the living room. It's very simple. You know, with the fireplace, I did make sure to add a TV, and I was gonna add a coffee table here, but none of them really looked right. So yeah, didn't end up doing that. But yeah, I was a little sad that the rooms ended up being a little bit smaller than I would have wanted. I did try to make this like a family home, but you'll see when I tried to put down a full bed, it took up too much of the space and there was like no room for anything else in the bedroom. So I decided to turn this into maybe like a roommate's place. So each of the bedrooms just has a single bed. So, you know, do with that what you will. Maybe it's a single parent and their child, or it's a roommate, you know, 2 roommates living here, you know, you can do whatever you want with it. But that's open space it's like there's a door from the bedroom. It's behind the bathroom right here. It was on the floor plan as like a closet, like a walk-in closet. And I just left it blank because I was originally going to make it like a ensuite bathroom, but I was like, there's only room for a toilet in there. So it just seemed really weird. So I didn't end up doing that. I just left it blank. So again, do with it what you will. But here with the toilet paper, I thought this was an interesting idea. I've never actually done this in one of my builds, but I've thought about it before. And it's mostly because in, you know, my bathroom, like in real life, our toilet paper roll is it's on the side of the counters in the bathroom. So I thought that was interesting to do that in The Sims and to see if I could do it, and I was able to do it. You just have to delete the walls behind the toilet and the counter because otherwise the toilet paper will, you know, snap to the wall. So removing the wall, I was able to do that, and then you just add the wall back in when you're done. But that was fun. I thought it was really interesting. And wallpaper here, I actually used this wallpaper. I believe it's from Discovery University. I've never actually used it before, but I was just trying to look for something that was simple and not too like suburban looking. And I don't know, I think it turned out. It's probably not my first choice, but it was what I found. And then here I added up in this loft area a computer and desk. Just because I usually don't add computers into my builds because a lot of my builds I'm trying to do like starter homes. And so I wanted to make sure that this house had that, especially if you're planning on using this as like a roommate's place, if you're going to school or something. That way you have your computer so you can do your schoolwork and job work or whatever you need it for. But now I'm adding these lights. This is actually a trick that I tend to use if I'm adding lights, like ceiling lights on a vaulted ceiling. I always like resize them and then use the, you know, you can see when it hits that roof how it like lights up. I use that to kind of gauge where the ceiling is, because otherwise if you're just guessing and trying to figure it out, it takes forever. And I've spent like 20 minutes on that one time just trying to put one set of lights in there. But yeah, if you you know, size it up with the bracket keys, you can size it up and size it down. But when you raise it up, usually I put it on the side of the wall so that way I can see exactly where it needs to go. And then you just hold the Alt key to place it where you need to place it. And then, you know, resize it back down to the size you need it, and it's in the perfect spot. So we are coming up to the end of this build. There's just landscaping left. I do have some screenshots at the end if you want to stick around for that. But yeah, we are done. So I just want to thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, please remember to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.